Alright guys, so we're here at the UK Games Expo and this is our third block of filming for the rest of the day here on Friday here in Birmingham. Yes, I'm here with Dom from Cubicle 7 and we're going to be looking at some of the really cool role-playing games that these guys have brought to the table quite recently, and of course we're going to be looking back in the past as well because you guys have done some amazing stuff with you. So the first thing I want to talk about actually is this table that we've got here. So if anybody knows Geek and Son, we're doing a really cool raffle with the guys at Geek and Son, and all you've got to do is go over onto their URL, which will be at the top of our live blog, go over there, answer a really simple question, honestly. Simplest question ever. I could probably even give you the answer at the end of this little segment we're doing here, and then pay a little bit of money for a raffle ticket. And I don't think it's too cheap. Too dear. Sorry, too dear. I don't think it's too dear. It's about £5, I think. Pick that up, and you might be in with a chance of winning this Geek and Sun table for yourself to take away. And you could use it for playing role-playing games, board games, and miniature games, like that. But yes. Dom, let's get stuck into what Cubicle 7 is all about, because I want to hear a little bit about sort of where you started, your past, and sort of some of the different projects you've worked on, because we're going to go through these in a little bit more detail and show us some of the books, but I want to see where it all began and stuff like that.
It's it'll be our 12th birthday at the end of the year, which is a bit scary. So we've been going a fair old time. It started with Slay Industries. Which Nightfall Games published, and we were working with them. Especially on a freelance basis, I worked with them to start with. I was editor on Hunter Sheets Volume 1, back in which was actually part edited in the Alps.
Yeah. So very nice.
Absolutely. Yes, that was 2004, something like that. So that was where I cut my teeth. And then we were working with them to start with, as well as working on some of our own stuff, like Victoriana, the steampunk, magic, Victorian era game, Star Blazer Adventures. That's,
I do remember that.
Enormous. That was good times. So we started off with those kind of projects, and we had this idea that we could use licensed games to get a presence more quickly than we would through things that we developed ourselves. So Star Blazer as a stepping stone on that, and we pitched to the BBC for Doctor Who.
Which I'm going to show off here. So we've got Doctor Who book there, which is looking very fancy indeed. I'll see if we can get a little close up to this as well. Yeah, how did things develop with the Doctor Who role-playing game going forward and stuff? So what was the process for all that kind of thing? So? There was quite a team, I think, at the start with Doctor Who. So I mean, initially we thought it was, we had a meeting to go and talk to the BBC, and didn't for a million years really think that we'd be successful. So looking at good pitch practice. So I think that meant that we went into the meeting, we were very relaxed. We were sort of there for our day out, I think, as much as anything. At the end of it, I think we were supposed to be in there for about half an hour, and an hour and a half later, they were talking about coming back for another meeting to talk the business side of things. Which was terrifying, because all of a sudden it felt like we had something to lose. So that was slightly more nerve-wracking a meeting. But no, that all went well. And so for anyone that's not familiar with how this sort of works, when you sit down to play Doctor Who, what's the kind of the premise behind it in terms of what you set up for as characters and stuff? So how does that all work? I'm just going to flick through the book a little bit as we go, as you're talking through it. But
sure. So when we were approaching Doctor Who, we wanted you to be able to do whatever you wanted to do in Doctor Who. So you can play whoever you want to play. You can play. We provide the character sheets for the Doctor and companions, and over the course of the last many years, we've covered each of the Doctors and their companions. So there's a huge load of character sheets that you like take and play, and we've got one for every iteration of the Doctor.
That's awesome.
So there's that, and then there's full character generation rules in there, and that's for anything that you want. So if you wanted to create your own Time Lords, you could be all Time Lords traveling through time and space, having merry adventures.
Very cool.
There's companions of all different stripes. You can play aliens, you can play non-aliens. There's quite a robust system for building your own aliens and tailoring them to tailor them to the system. There's a balancing mechanic in there as well. So the story points are what power a lot of the cool stuff of the game. So if you're maybe it's the Time Lord tends to have more. They can do more stuff. They know more. Yeah. But in order to make all of that stuff work and happen, you need these story points. And that's where the non-Time Lords come in.
Because that's an interesting thing, because it would be one of the things that would immediately be an interesting thought coming into the game is how do you balance that kind of thing. But I like the idea that you've got a story point, so you've got very essential companions, and also the Time Lords, sorry, are also doing some awesome stuff at the sidelines as well, which is very cool. So yeah, one of the other games that you guys have been doing as well is the Lone Wolf game. So this is the one, as you might know, from Joe Diva. It's Joe Diva, that's the one, yeah. Because a lot of people will remember this. I think there was the game books, wasn't it, to begin with for Lone Wolf, and then you guys came out and did the adventure game. So if you could sort of talk a little bit about how this came together and sort of go through this as well, because this is a very cool little package as well that we've got here as well. So
it is. Should we open it up?
Yeah. Let's open it up. Yeah,
let's have a look. We packed this full of so much stuff.
I'm gonna try and break this open live on camera. So this is the dangerous bit.
We should have a countdown.
Lance, play some crazy music over the I can't get into it.
Will you get a crystal? That's the
But yes, anyway, so yeah, give us a sort of like spiel of sort of what it's all about and who you play as and stuff as we get into this.
So for Lone Wolf, you're playing essentially trying to I always say they're like fantasy Jedi.
They are kind of.
Yeah,
aren't they,
they're warrior monks. They have all sorts of cool powers.
What? Why do I need to? Oh, Lance is asking me, telling him to give the rubbish. There we go. I'm going to give it to that guy over there, and now we're going to look into this box. So yeah, sorry. Carry on, Tom.
So you've got fantasy Jedi. The game expands out beyond those initial Kai warriors, but the warrior monks, they've got cool powers. Now I wanted to design this for my 11-year-old self, basically. So,
okay.
And my first role-playing experience was Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay First Edition, and I think it was, going back to the late 80s, Talisman, Blood Bowl, and then Warhammer.
Yeah.
So I read the rulebook and ran the worst game ever for my school friends.
I think that always happens for like the first dungeon masters when they set out. And you always think you know what's cool, and then you suddenly realise what definitely is cool.
Yes. So looking at Lone Wolf, I wanted to produce an introductory game. I wanted it to be playable within 10-15 minutes of opening the box, and I didn't want it to be dumbed down at all. I think that I didn't want to. It didn't need to be. I think you can make it accessible without oversimplifying, and so we're looking through. So these are the character sheets that read this first thing that we saw first. Just tells you what to do when you open it. So the person who's going to be running the game has a look at the first bit of the adventure book. The people who are going to be players look through these character portfolios, and they sort of like tell you.
It gives you a good starting point and sort of influence for how you want to play the characters on the tabletop.
Yep, it tells you who they are. And if you open one up, there's a bit of a description there on of the character sheet as well. So it talks you through what's on that character sheet.
As you can see there, you've got loads of interesting bits and pieces. I love the fact that it's got the actual character portraits inside there as well. That's really nice. It's always good to see the actual artwork, because I always draw like a terrible person. I can't do it. So it's always nice to have something to refer back to, so you can actually say, yes, I am a grizzled traveller on the road. So.
I always thought it was good though, because my character portrait looked like a Charisma 3.
That's very cool.
Narrative reason for my dump stat.
So yeah, and this is the Book of Kai Legends. This one.
So I think it's that one. That's the the person who's running the game has to read like 5 pages of that to get started, and it tells you sort of like these little icons somewhere back a page or two.
One more. There we go. So yes, here we go.
There you go. So yeah, it tells you sort of like what happens when you hit passages with those.
There we go. Look at those.
Yeah, and then it just talks you through it, and there's the thing along the bottom. Gives
so this is good for first-time DMs to get stuck into and stuff like that. So
I love all the introductory games that are out there, but I think a lot of them are aimed at converting existing gamers onto their game, rather than being
a nice
true
introductory core thing for people getting into the universe, getting into gaming as a whole, and role-playing as a whole. So yeah, some cool stuff in
that. Then there's some making your own characters book.
That there.
more about the player stuff. And
so once you've gone through and you've maybe played a couple of adventures and some of the sort of characters that you get straight out of the box, the regens, you can sit down and try and make your own Kai Legends and something very interesting. So cool bits of pieces. I really like the layout for this. It looks very nice and simple and easy to follow, which is good. And anything that sort of goes into a little bit more detail about how things work is always interesting as well in these kind of books. I like seeing examples in role-playing books. That's always very good for me. That's very cool indeed. So you got that book there as well. Man, this is jam-packed. There's some stuff in here. It really is,
yeah.
So we've also got
the rule book.
Cool. That's what you'll be looking at and getting into a bit more detail with as you get stuck more into the game there. Cool stuff there. Yeah, very cool indeed. Yeah, so it's all about you've got nice, easy ways to get stuck into all the different mechanics and everything like that as well, which is really cool. Got some of Doctor Who there.
Then we've got some
good old crib sheets and stuff, which is always nice and handy. So you've got this one here, which is all about combat results, the equipment lists and things like that, and how those come together. Nice stuff there. I always like seeing visualizations of how equipment looks as well, because it's one of the key things that I always think makes a character is learning about how they look in terms of when they're fully donned out in their armor, with their sword at their hand and stuff like that. So it's really cool to have that aspect of that going on there as well.
Yeah.
So you got some nice bits and pieces there too. Maps. Oh my god, we're going to go back to the maps. God, I love maps. Oh, that's so good.
We've got some, there's amazing maps because they come with they were part of the essential part of the game book. You have the map at the start where you're sort of plotting how you're going to be going.
Is there a way to do some solo stuff when it comes to Lone Wolf? We've just been told from Jerry in the comments was asking about that. So is there a way to do that kind of thing with Lone Wolf here? Can you go through that? Or is it very much geared towards the typical sort of role-playing?
Yeah, it's a typical. I think with Lone Wolf, because you've got the game books, so they're the solo experience.
Yeah, so you could almost use those almost as a backdrop for kind of adventures you want to do going forward, which would be kind of cool as well.
Yep.
So that's kind of nice there. So you can always use those as a backup for what you're doing and plan your stories out and stuff, which is really cool. So now we've got some. So these are all the character sheets for you to make your own characters as well.
That's true. Yeah.
So you've got loads of those in there, and of course you do that thing where you go and take them off to a little printer and you get them all done.
Absolutely.
So you go and do that, and then we've got some cool counters, which is really nice. So we've got a sheet of counters there.
I don't know if you remember from the game books, but they had a random number generator.
They did, yes.
So rather than put dice in this, we thought we'd do a version of that. So inside the box.
Perfect.
We have the random number grid. You have your Kai token here. It has an arrow on it. And you flip it into the box lid.
Cool.
And what it points at, that's your random number.
Nice and easy to do. So we'll see that at the top there. You've got some really cool little portrait base there, stuff on the characters.
As it tests your flipping skills.
It does. You know what? I'm going to actually try it now. Can I pop this out and give it a go?
Absolutely.
Cool. Oh, that was a satisfying pop there as well. Oh, God. Let's give it a go. And I got
8.
8.
Fantastic.
Woo! I'm doing well already. So yeah, that's awesome. And do you have other stuff that goes beyond the adventure game box here that we see? Have you got other supplements and things like that?
Yep,
as well?
we've got Heroes of Magnamund, which gives you a load of different player options.
Very cool.
Lots of different people from cultures from the world that you can play. There's full adventures. Terror of Dark Lords is a full campaign. We have the Realm of Summerland, which is a source book for the main country of the where the Kai come from, and we have 2 volumes of bestiary as well. We've got the Magnum Menagerie and the Bestiary Beyond.
It's one of the things that Warren really loves from OnTableTop. He loves delving down into monster manuals and things like that, because it's always nice learning a little bit about how these monsters react to different things as well. So you can always come up with different ways to solve a scenario that's not just through combat, which I think is a really interesting thing as well. So when you've got bestiaries like that, you've got a wealth of knowledge to dive into. So Now we're going to move on to some cool stuff that I love my Middle Earth, and you guys do 2 different things for people that like Middle Earth role playing, don't you? So we have the One Ring, and then we also have Adventures in Middle Earth. Now you may have heard me talking about Adventures in Middle Earth on our Weekender show. But first off, I want to get stuck into the One Ring, because I want you to tell me a little bit about how this works and what makes it a little bit different from the 5e stuff that we're seeing as well. So yeah, we'll get stuck into that and have a look through this.
Excellent.
So go for it. Tell us what it's all about.
So the One Ring was designed from the ground up to be to really capture the feel of the books. So the themes of hope versus the corruption of the shadow, being a part of the world, sort of being somebody who's known for being valorous or being one of the wise. It's all baked in. So Francesco Nepatello, Marco Maggi were the lead designers on this one, who you may know from the War of the Ring board game and Battle of Five Armies. So they brought serious design chops to this. And it's fantastic. I mean, the critical reception has been amazing.
Yeah, and this has gone on through loads of different iterations and supplements and everything like that. Yeah. You've been doing loads of different things, so you can dive into pretty much any kind of era of Middle Earth you want to really get stuck into, I guess, really with this, can't you?
Yeah, I think we focused on it. It starts 5 years after the Battle of the Five Armies. Then we do like a Tale of Years thing that takes you forward. But we wanted to start off in Wildlands because there was a bit of a blank canvas there. We know what happened in The Hobbit. We know what happens in the War of the Ring, or the Lord of the Rings and the War of the Ring around there. But there was that period in between where we had some really interesting, little bits and pieces. But it does give you a period as well as a geography to explore without worrying too much about treading on the tripping over the Fellowship. Or
exactly, you can tell the tales in the gaps, and which is really cool. This kind of things. And again, really nice, like attention to detail with all the way that the art comes across and the page design and everything. Yeah, it's one of those things where when you see the cover, and then I'm like, oh man, I need that. When we were at Gen Con, we went with a couple of our friends, Dawn and Gianna, and she went straight over to the Cubicle 7 booth, and she was like, I need to get that book because it will just look amazing on my shelf, and I also want to role-play in it as well, which is really cool. But then as well as the One Ring, we also have Adventures in Middle-earth, which is going to be familiar to people that are playing a lot of the 5e stuff that's out at the moment. And it uses the base mechanics of how that works, but then it also adds in a lot of things that you've been talking about here in terms of where the corruption works and stuff like that in the game, because that's a big part of that, with their like shadow lore and all that kind of thing as well. So so if you want to take us through sort of how this came to be and sort of why you wanted to go down this route to create Adventures in Middle Earth, that'd be really cool. So and I'll have another flick through the book as well, so you can see more crazy cool pages.
It's funny with the way that these two start as well. Actually, my favourite bit of writing that I've done in role-playing games is the letter from Dwalin to Bilbo.
It really sets the scene. These are you can see some of the different little letters that are included in this as well, which introduce the different chapters, which are really fun to read, and it kind of puts you into the mood for getting stuck into it a bit more. So.
Excellent. That's good to hear.
Yeah, it is. Like, I am waxing lyrical about this, but I really do enjoy this. I've been playing this with my group and getting really stuck into it and stuff. And it's been really good fun. One of the big things is obviously you've got lots of stuff that kind of carries over from 5e. So you've got some stuff to do with new classes and things like that, and you'll see a lot of familiar feelings. But then there's a little bit of a Middle Earth twist to everything. Really like the Scholar is a fantastic and interesting character to play, and I love how healing has been done in this, where it's not the kind of magical healing that you might be used to seeing in the world of other role-playing games and things like that. It's not very much. It's got almost like a healing hand, sort of like the Word of the King, Aragorn kind of thing going on to it. So you're healed in other ways that aren't just patching up wounds, like miraculously, which is really cool. It was really nice. And you've got, as I say, there's this thing about the shadow lore, which is really interesting in this, and how you get influenced by the shadow, and it starts to degradate your character and stuff like that, which has been really cool. And seeing that process go through has been really fascinating. I've had a lot of characters sort of working out whether or not they're truly evil and stuff, which has been very nice, and working out whether or not their deeds are something that they should be getting shadow points for. And I'm like, well, if you think about it.
I mean, I think it's really interesting, isn't it? Especially when you bring 5e players in, where there's some like really basic things that they would do as a matter of course, like after
like looting the bodies.
Exactly. And it's like, well, if you look at it, that's not a wonderful way to be behaving as a person in the world. So it was great to bring those moral challenges in.
It is. It's made players play the game in a very, very different way, and you get that sense because a lot of people know about the world of Middle Earth when they sit down to play. They have a lot of easy steps into it immediately, and then they start to learn a lot more about it and sort of learn the nuances as things go forward, which is
Yeah.
And of course, there is also, I'm just going to bring this book over here as well. So this is the Lore Master's Guide that kind of takes place of your sort of DMG, almost when you're playing down, sit down to play. And this has bestiaries of monsters and all kinds of different things in there as well, which is really cool. So it's been good to get into that. And it tells you a little bit more information about the world and how to run. The thing that's really cool about this as well is that that travel mechanic.
Yeah.
So one of the big things that you'll see a lot of other role-playing games, when you go on a trip, you'll have random encounters, but this takes things in a little bit of a different way because you roll on those tables to see how things are coming across, and you have to make things up on the fly, which is quite interesting as well, which is really cool. So I've had a lot of very, very interesting role-playing experiences that have come out of doing those random things on the road that I haven't really thought about, but then they've come to me in those moments, and it's been really nice to see them coming. And there are nice little sort of examples in that as well, which has been really cool. So it's very nice to see that come together. And again, the artwork is amazing.
Yeah, Ralph Horsley covers are gorgeous, aren't they?
He's just out there as well.
But yeah, I mean that travel, it's something I think that was really important to bring in, was just like that narrative. I mean, 'cause journeys are such a huge part of the of Hobbit and Lord of the Rings.
Exactly, when you look at the films and the books and things like that.
Yeah, so bringing those narrative episodes in, I think was really important. It was. I think it was interesting with the One Ring done very well for us, and it's one of the things that we had asked a lot, or people had asked us a lot as we'd announced Adventures in Middle Earth, was I really love the One Ring, and it's absolutely the two exist.
Because because both of them are going to continue to get supplements and all things going forward. Definitely. So if you are a fan of the One Ring and you've been playing this for a long time, you're not going to get lost out.
Absolutely, no, not at all. With the reason, the decision for doing Adventures in Middle Earth was when the OGL came out. It's something that I'd always come across where people go, "Oh, the One Ring, that looks amazing! It looks so good! It looks great! I'm never going to get my group to play it. I'm never going to get my group to learn a new rule set." Yeah, definitely. So when the OGL came along, it just seemed like an amazing opportunity to bring all this good stuff that we've done for the One Ring over to a new audience,
which is very cool.
It's.
I'm just going to quickly go into this because I want to talk to you a little bit, because I know a lot of people in the community are really interested about Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, where that's going. But I'm just going to point out that you do these region guides as well, and they tell you all about playing in different areas of Middle Earth and getting stuck into that. And there's adventures in there as well as some additional monsters and stuff. Is there in these big bits as well, and sort of like culture stuff?
There's loads of kind of adventure seeds and things like that in there. The Ravanian Region Guide has a companion volume, the Mirkwood Campaign. Not that I have any trouble tracking these titles at all.
There's so many of them now.
We made a little bit of a misstep as well. We realised I think we had 3 products with Rivendell in the title. Apparently that confuses fulfillment people. Who'd have thunk it?
But so that's fantastic, and it's one of those things that I keep looking forward to and picking up new region guides and get stuck into them and see where it all goes. But yes, we're going to talk about it now. We're going to talk about Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. So I'm just going to show this little bit off here. Yes, you can see it here. Yes, this is just a teaser of what's to come. There are more to come, because Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, as we knew it, is kind of coming back with a little bit of a twist as well. So for anyone who's not heard about this, what are you guys doing to bring this back to the tabletop?
So, Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay is such an enormously well-beloved game. It's a fantastic honour to be working on it, and it's I think I said earlier, it's my first role-playing game, so it's been lovely to come back. So we are close to releasing the 4th edition. Mechanically, it kind of goes back to the 1st and 2nd edition to a certain extent.
So it's got the D100 style system going on back again. So
I think tried to do the best implementation of that D100 system. Some of the things we've been trying to address are what some people refer to as the whiff factor, where you can have things not happening, or I think especially with combat, if you've got low skilled,
it was one of those things.
You can have people missing.
A lot of playing a dwarf fighter who wasn't really very good at fighting. I think it was
so we've been trying to address those sort of things. The other thing I think with Warhammer, because it has such a history and people have been playing it for so long, 30 something years, there's a lot of people who have a lot of love for the game, and we wanted to make sure that they could play their version of the game. So the design approach has been to allow that as possible as well. So we're trying to provide options for, people may prefer doing things a certain way, people may prefer another way. Especially nowadays, we've got such a range of play styles, haven't we?
Because I believe you guys talked about it in a recent article, was all about the 3 different ways that tests can work.
Yeah.
And so you've got very much more a focus towards very narrative stuff, or if you need to have like a hard and fast answer, yes or no, you've got that going on as well, which is really cool. And of course, there's probably going to be lots of modifiers being thrown into the mix as well. As well. So the one thing I want to ask about Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, though, is the critical hit table back? Is the crazy injuries and stuff that happens with that, is that back?
It is, yeah.
I love losing eyes and seeing limbs fly off. It's the old world. It has to happen.
I think so.
That's perfect. And does it go back through the sort of the career system that we had from sort of first and second as well? Is that all back as well?
Yeah. So. There's we've tried to again give people as many options as they want to in terms of their play style. So some people love moving around different careers and working out how they're going to go from rat catcher to targeteer or whatever it was.
Rat catcher and charcoal burner. That was the ones that always stuck with me to begin with.
So we've got the all of those. But we wanted to make it so that you don't have to do that. If you just want, if you want your character to be a sea captain, and you wanted to stay as a sea captain,
then you can just focus.
Focus on that. You can still advance. You can still spend your experience points, and you can stay. And there are advantages for doing so as well.
Very cool.
So you can. There's a lot of different things you can do there.
So there's a lot of things that fans of the original first and second edition are going to really love coming forward, and then obviously you've done a couple of tweaks to make it a little bit more modern. The kind of audiences that are playing role-playing games right now. So if you love the old world and getting stuck into Warhammer Fantasy roleplay, that's definitely something to watch out for.
Yeah.
The other thing you guys are doing as well as working with Games Workshop is working on the Age of Sigmar role-playing game, I believe, as well. And can you tell us a little bit about that, or is it a little bit hush-hush at the moment?
Still in development, but it's amazing. We're having great fun with it.
That's
I think
amazing.
With every new release, the Games Workshop put out for Age of Sigmar, I think it's getting better and better.
There's so much more to learn, a lot more about the world. We're seeing a lot more to do with maps and learning about the different cultures and stuff. So fingers crossed we're going to see some of that coming through in the role-playing game and things, and learn a little bit more about what it's like to live in the mortal realms. I think it's going to be very interesting to see.
Absolutely. I think that's one of the things that Games Workshop are very keen on working with us to
try to expand,
to bring in.
And learn a little bit more about it. So fantastic.
Definitely.
So I want to know, of all the games that you do, which one do you play the most of? Which one do you get to actually sit down and role play most of, or DM anyway?
Yeah, the One Ring. I think it's been the one that I've.
Awesome.
I mean. Love them all.
I love them all as well. I want to take them all home with me.
I mean, I think that's one of the one of the best bits really of my job. I love everything that we do. It's they're all they're all properties that I personally go back a long way with. Though I think
that's cool, because you'll always have memories and interesting characters and moments from any kind of role play game you step into, and obviously you've got such a broad library to pull from and get stuck into as well. So loads of interesting things for that. So if anybody's coming to the UK Games Expo this weekend, what booth are you at, and where can they find you?
I don't know.
You're somewhere in Hall 1, I believe.
Unprepared. Yes,
I think, I think you're at the bottom of the stairs that go up to Hall 2. So
if you come into Hall 1, I think we go right and you'll find us.
Yeah, if you go through the main doors and turn right, you're there. You won't miss it. There's a big cubicle 7 thing, I think you can go. Talk to these guys about what they're doing and pick up some really cool books and everything. So
absolutely,
because we need more role-playing books on our shelves. I like digital things, but I also like books on my shelf as well.
Absolutely. So, your shelves are crying.
Lance is going to tell me exactly where you are. You are 1A2.
Of course I am. That's
there you go. You knew that all along.
I was just testing you.
Make sure to get stuck into the comments. Tell us what you like about what's happening with any of the role-playing games that Cubicle 7 do. And of course, Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. I want to learn a lot more about this as things go on. We'll stay in touch and we'll talk a little bit more about it in the future. It'll be really cool indeed.
Sounds good.
So we're going to move on and move on to the next bit of our live stream here. But yes, make sure to comment on what we're doing across all our live blogs this weekend. We've got some amazing stuff going on. Some really nice prizes to be won as well. That was almost like a funhouse line there, which is crazy. But yes, we're also, as I say, giving away this Geek and Sun table. So if you want to get in on that raffle, all you've got to do is go on over to the URL, fill in the questionnaire, fill in your details, pay for the raffle ticket, and you could be walking away with one of these at the event, which is pretty awesome indeed. Play your role-playing games on this, and get stuck into it. So thanks again, Tom. It's been fantastic. We'll see you guys very, very soon.
many of them. So we are right in the middle of the bull rush. So if you see a news story about two trampled YouTubers, that might be us.
So that was 2017.
And this is 2018. We'll see you at this year's UK Games Expo.
Of them. So we are right in the middle of the bull rush. So if you see a news story about two trampled YouTubers, that might be us.
So that was 2017.
And this is 2018. We'll see you at this year's UK Games Expo.
of them. So we are right in the middle of the bull rush. So if you see a news story about 2 trampled YouTubers, that might be us.
So that was 2017.
And this is 2018. We'll see you at this year's UK Games Expo.
Of them. So we are right in the middle of the bull rush. So if you see a news story about 2 trampled YouTubers, that might be us.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the OnTableTop live stream here from UK Games Expo 2018. I have been joined in the studio by Philip from Board and Dice, and we're going to be having a look at some of the great games from this company. First things first though, I want to remind everybody there is a raffle for the gaming table we are using this weekend from the guys over at Geek & Son. If you want to actually enter the raffle, go across to their site, pick up your ticket, and you have to answer the question, who is it that has a Geek & Son branded gaming table this weekend at UK Games Expo? The answers are A, Beasts of War, B, The Beastie Boys, or C, Beauty and the Beast. So, I'm sure you can probably figure out which one this is. Now, Philip, you have brought some games with you, my good friend.
Yeah.
So, what do you have to show off?
So, I want to show you a 5-minute chase.
Okay.
And what's more, because it's take 5 minutes, I want to play this game with you right now, live.
Live? Oh, I love playing games live. Anything could happen.
So, are you ready to lose?
Oh, a challenger. My good sir, challenge accepted.
Yeah. So, I will be escaping the prison, and you will be chasing me.
Okay.
So, this is the first round. Then we switch our positions. So then I will be chasing you, you will be escaping. But at first, let's start from you chasing me.
Okay, so we start off with our lovely little prison tile here, and we will place it in the middle of our shop. So, right there.
Yeah.
Should be fine for us to play.
Perfect. And then I will give you a bunch of tokens.
Okay.
A bunch of tokens. I shouldn't give you those silver and gold ones because those are victory tokens and we gain those during the game.
But then I would win.
No.
Then I would win.
No. It's not gonna happen. So, you will be using those to mark my tiles. I will be using those city tiles to create my way out from the city.
Okay.
My goal is to end up game in my hideout.
I see.
So
we can get a little bit closer on that. So this is your hideout here.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
awesome.
It's not so easy because during my way out, I need to collect keys, map, and cash.
So you have to collect all three of these items here. So we have cash, we have your map, and we have your keys that you need to collect. Okay. Excellent.
On my way, so I need to display those tiles somewhere.
Yes.
Then I will be allowed to place this tile. So I have a few rules how to place tiles, but I won't be explaining it now because it doesn't matter for you.
Okay.
For you will be something different.
Okay.
When we switch rules, I will explain you how to run away.
Awesome.
So at the beginning of the game, I will create a 2 stack of piles, half in 1 and half in 2. I will be using them to just place them on the board. Then I draw 2 starting tiles and in secret create my first 2 steps.
Okay.
Then on 2 I will reveal them. 1, 2 and the chase start.
Okay.
What you are doing, you try to like mark witnesses and say and just guess which witnesses telling you the truth.
Okay.
So if you start from this first tile and you go one after another, chasing me.
So I would place a square here to pick this one?
Yeah, but you need to do this very carefully.
Okay.
So how to do that? First of all, you look on the tile you didn't resolve yet, so the first one.
Okay.
Then you need to like describe in which direction I went.
Okay.
So because this tile is connected with that tile, it means I went that way.
Yes.
Yeah. So as you can see, on each tile there are 4 sectors, and in each sectors there are a bunch of witnesses.
Yes.
And you need to mark in which sector there are most faces pointing in the direction I went.
So it's the direction the chin of the person points?
Yeah.
Okay.
So here there is only one person pointing in that direction.
Yep.
No, none. So the correct answer is
red triangle. I
yes.
see.
Then you move to the next tile. You see that this tile is connected with that one. So most faces pointing in that direction.
And it can be any of these 4 quadrants. So it doesn't matter which corner it is that they're matching on. In that case, it would again be a red triangle, I believe.
1, 0, 1, 0. So if you have a tie, it doesn't matter. Or you put a triangle or plus. And now you are in the position to catch me.
Okay.
Because where there's a distance of 1 tile between us, you can stop me.
I see.
So in this particular way, there is a one twist in the game. Because to mark and stop me, you need to point a sector where there is most faces pointing in opposite direction.
So the chins of the people need to point this way.
Yeah.
So in this one, I believe
this square.
There is only one, so it will be square, yeah.
Yeah, the square.
Okay.
And if you place this marker before I place another tile, you
so
catch
this
me.
feels a little bit frantic then. Are we playing this at the exact same time?
In real time.
Okay, okay.
Are you get this?
I think I've got the idea.
Yeah, so on each marker there are 2 different symbols.
Awesome.
Yeah, so now let's go back to the game. You in secret create. You.
Me. In secret create this because you're the one who's running away.
Yeah, and I basically know the rules. So yeah, correctly.
Yeah. Okay.
So on 1, 2, 3, go.
Okay. So 2 there. This. There is. You're going that way, so there's 1. So red triangle.
And
then I need to go.
Yeah.
I believe it's we're here, and then I need to point the other way.
Not so easy. Wait a second. Yeah.
Oh dear,
he's
getting away from me. I think it's going to be a red triangle here. Then in this one, you're still going this way. Oh, we're completely off the board. So if we stop for a second, I'm going to shimmy these up.
All right.
And then I would say it is a square. And then in the last one, it is a square.
All right.
Now we see if I'm right, I assume.
Yeah. There's a very quick method to do that. We just will be flipping those tiles. So, star. Correct.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I got it wrong.
on the second one. So let's see. Plus 2 faces. Triangle.
See, these little faces are a little bit more difficult to see.
Yeah.
But I guess that's part of the game, paying attention and actually seeing what's happening. So do I lose this round because I got it wrong?
Yeah, so you allows me to gain 1 victory coin.
Okay.
Then we now switch our roles. Now I will be chasing you.
Okay.
So
you take these?
Yeah, and few rules about how you need to chase me and basically on how you are attaching those tiles. Okay. So in one moment you can only have in your hand 1 stack. Okay. 1/2 of a stack, and you can go through the whole stack and choose the correct tile. Then few rules. Roads need to be attached.
Yes.
You cannot like here. You cannot.
Well, if I grab this, we can go nice and close on it. So so.
You cannot like.
Yes, these 2 roads don't connect.
Yeah. So it's failure.
And this is 2 mirrored ones.
Yeah, no. 2 police.
Oh, I see. There are police on the outside.
Yeah, so you cannot touch police to police. You cannot touch police to empty road. The only way you can attach to a tile to the police is to attach a road with 3.
I see.
Yeah. Also, so then you can attach trees to trees, empty road to empty road to tree.
Okay, so police have to be attached to trees.
Yeah, in any order.
Yep. Other than that, I'm okay.
Yeah.
So trees to trees is fine. Road to road is fine. Road to trees is fine.
Police to police is not fine. Yes. Police to empty road is not fine.
Got it.
You cannot also like touching your own nail. You cannot place that. You can do like a snake.
Yes. Okay. I think I understand.
Okay. So now I will shuffle your stack. And we will split it on 2 halves.
Okay.
You can only have in one moment 1 stack.
Okay.
You can switch between 2 stacks. You just put away the one and grab the second.
Okay.
Yep. Then you will create a first 2 steps.
Okay. So I have to have these as legal moves. Now this is interesting because you have.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm going to go this way. Are we ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
And in 2, and in 1, and go.
All right.
Okay, so
it will be triangle. Come on.
This here.
I'll put this here. I will catch you. Catch you, square, and the last one will be yes.
You got me. It is very frantic trying to figure out the angles coming back and forth off each other.
Yeah. So let's check.
Let's see if you got it right.
Right.
Yeah.
No.
Ha.
Yes. Unfortunately,
Ha.
I picked it wrong. Oh my god.
Point for me?
Yeah, point for you. And we are doing that till we met the end game condition.
Okay, what is the end game condition?
So the first player collects both or 3 silver or 2 gold.
I see. So our winning condition, if I bring this up in my hand, so it is a gold and a silver?
Yeah. 2 gold.
2 gold.
And
or 3 silver.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a very, very fun and frantic little game. I like the concepts behind it, and I like the idea that it can be played on a very small or a very big table surface, depending on how good you are at the game. I can imagine you and your friends who play this all the time are probably quite good at it.
So this small game, like, keep this sense of like really pacing. Like you felt my breath on your shoulders.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I actually did one thing deliberately. I didn't look where you were putting stuff because I knew I would just panic if I did it. I was just my nose was in here going, does this fit? Does this fit? Does this fit? And I think that's the best piece of advice I can give anyone to play this game. Don't look at what he's doing if he's chasing you.
And I really see that. Oh, you are going so far, and I start panic.
Yes.
Yeah. And the best also part of this game is that. Depends on the player.
Yes.
The number of players. The game a little change. So in three-player game, 2 players are escaping, 1 is chasing. But those 2 players need to cooperate because they create the single road, placing tiles one after another.
So you're both on a single path away from the prison. Okay, now that's very interesting because you could kind of hamper a friend if they have their plan for their escape route and you've played something that they can't play into.
Yeah.
That could be very, very aggravating. Although I did actually get a police card down while I was doing this, I believe. So I got it like, now I want to make sure I did this legally.
Yeah.
So I got police, 2 trees, and it was good.
Yeah, it was good.
Okay.
So, and the 4th player is the most craziest way to play this game because there are 2 players escaping in opposite direction and 2 players are chasing those players. But the twist is that the runners can score the gold if they, of course, both all together place those tools.
Yeah.
And they meet together on the distance of 1 tile, and they place the one correct hideout between that gap.
Oh, that would be an interesting
yeah. So like you need to like run away for a while, collect those items, and then figure out how to meet.
So you have 2 people running away.
Yeah.
Do you have the 2 people chasing?
Yeah.
They can chase on either path. And
No. So 1 player is chasing another, and the second is chasing.
I see. Okay, so that actually keeps it a little bit sane because if you had both runners able to play onto each other's paths away, that would be a little weird, and it would actually break with the game a little bit, I think, because it would feel strange because I should be at the end of this road, not on my friend's road. So I like the way you said it, that you have to run on your own road. Very, very good idea.
Yeah, so this is a 5-minute chase. A little game, a lot of fun, and you when you play, you are like, I need to...
oh, yeah. Trust me, I'm glad I have a shaved head because my brain's overheating.
So it was 5-minute chase. So let's jump a little bit to our game that we have a demo.
Okay. Now, quick question for 5-minute chase.
Yes.
Is it available here this weekend at UK Games Expo?
Yeah, because at UK Games Expo, this is our premiere. So this game starts to be on the market since today.
Okay, from UK Games Expo right now. Now, I will say the Traders Hall is closed for the day, but the event does run for 2 more days if you want to come down and have a look at these guys. Now, which hall are you in and which stand are you on?
Hall 1, stand K2.
Stand K2. So mark it on your maps whenever you get your programs and are here at the event. definitely want to check out. That looks like it could be a lot of fun, especially if you're just sitting down for an evening with your family.
Yeah.
That's one I would actually take out to family who are not gamers.
Yeah.
Because the concepts in it are so simple. You're not having to explain tons and tons of special rules. It's no, you do these couple of things, I do these couple of things, and we see who wins.
And you can always split those rules as I did. I don't cover you my rules till it was necessary for you.
Yeah, because you can play fully independently of each other.
Yeah,
and I definitely agree with you that having someone be the chaser first is a very better way to learn than doing it the other way around, because there's less to think of there.
Yeah.
And it kind of puts that person under the gun already to go, okay, I need to catch you. Why are you getting so far ahead? Oh my god.
So the next game we prepared for Spiel this year is...
so this is for Essen?
Yes, this is for Essen. Escape Tales: The Awakening.
Okay, now just because I know there is a shiny front on this, it will glare, I will open it up, and this
is our game cover, and as well this is our storybook for this demo.
I see.
So in this game you are playing a one player. So this is a escape game in a box.
Okay.
Genre. So you are playing a role of Sam, whose daughter is in coma.
Okay.
And no one knows why. And it take 2 months right now, and he's perfectly healthy. Nothing has happened, but doctors know nothing about.
Yeah. So your daughter is in the coma?
Yeah.
And there is no medical reason why your daughter should be in a coma.
Yeah.
Okay.
You as a father you are really trying everything to do to wake up her, or just like get to know what is happening. One day you met Mark, and Mark give you a book that called The Awakening.
Okay.
This book have the ritual that if you perform it, you can put yourself into the dimension where your daughter can be.
I see. So I'm sensing mystical shenanigans.
Yes. So you take this book, you went back to home, you put away this book for a while because like this sounds very crazy.
This does not sound like something I'm willing to try.
But what sounds normal right now when no one knows what is happening.
Yeah.
So you take this book, you go to the basement, and you start performing this ritual.
Yes.
And this is basically our testing tutorial room when you are in your basement.
This is our basement.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you the first to know the game, you are trying to do this perform this ritual.
Yes.
And the best thing about this game is that it includes open exploration.
Ooh, okay, now that's interesting for an escape game.
Yes. So it don't follow you from point to point. You have a cards that's called map. So it is a part of the riddle deck.
Okay, so this is our map card.
Yeah, you place it near the your current location.
Okay, so I'll put it here.
Yeah, you put
I understand.
This here, and up like that.
Yes.
And now you have action tokens distributed to you, and the storybook says to you how many action tokens you get for this location.
Okay.
And then you can figure out, for example, maybe we will go here because there is something on the floor, so let's...
Yeah, I'm seeing some symbols and stuff.
Yeah, so maybe we'll go there. So we went there, and this square says to us that read paragraph number 15. So you open the storybook and you read the paragraph 15, come on. Of course, I'm good with 5-minute chase, but bad with searching the good page. So, can you read it?
You remember this one, Lizzie's treasure map, or so she liked to call it. The riddle on the floor was always more of a trap than a map for you, because you had to jump over it every time you were passing through this area, And whenever you forgot about it, she showed you her hissy fit in her most adorable way. It's outstanding that after all this time, it's still in perfect shape.
Yeah. So it says to you like take
card C089.
Yeah. So you look in this deck, 18. Yeah, and you reveal a closer look.
Yes.
On this place in that room.
This is very clever.
And you have here information that this is a part of a puzzle. Then you need to look around through the room and figure out where you can find other parts.
I see. Can I read what's on
this?
Yes,
sure.
So, out in the wild, the breeze is mild. I spot something black and white. Oh, what a beautiful sight.
Yeah. So, for example, then you can like think, oh, if there was something on the floor, maybe there's also something here and here. Maybe we will go there.
There's matching writings mixing about.
Yes,
so where I would actually explore is, you see the top of this chest?
Yeah. I'm
seeing some writing on there. So let's go explore there.
And so P75.
P75?
Then you go to the P75.
5961, 105, 71. Here we go. Lizzie's toy box with a word riddle on it. You try to open it, but it's closed with a colourful toy lock. You push the buttons randomly, but it's no use. You try to simply rip it off, but for a small toy, it's pretty resistant. Even landing a few kicks doesn't help at all. You guess that you will have to find another way to open it up. Inside, you might be able to find something beloved by her. Take card C101. So we have something new here. So it's just the top of the box with the writing on it. And again, this is a part of another puzzle.
So as you can see, this is the same group of puzzles.
So it's the actual type of puzzle that
you have an app where you can see and click in that puzzle.
I see.
To just like type the answer there.
Yes. Okay.
And you try to figure out the whole clues and then like break the puzzle. But the best part is that if you feel that you're stuck, you can explore more. Yeah. And there's more puzzles in there, and you can resolve them in any order. So depends on how you explore. You will gain different stuff, different items, different part of the real story.
Yes.
And also the second biggest thing about this game, that you can play this more than once.
Now, this is very interesting to me because you have a limited resource on your exploration depending on your location.
Yeah.
So what happens if I use all of my resources in that location?
So we have something like the Dooms card.
Okay, so these. What are these?
Yeah, so in the training room, it's do not punish you. It gives you just more of the blue ones. But when we jump to the real game, so the first room in the other side, in the other dimension, you will gain the red tokens.
And are these bad tokens?
There are no bad tokens. There allows you to explore more, to grab more stuff, because you will pick up some stuff that allows you to interact with people you meet, because you will meet some characters in that game, in this game, or with the items in the future rooms.
I see.
But depends on how many Dooms cards you take, it will influence your ending.
Okay. This is a very interesting game. I'm very curious to see the final product on this one. How far along in the development stages are you with this?
We are in the about 80%.
80%?
Yeah. So one more key thing, because when you skip this room, you will go to the other dimension.
I see.
So you will see some weird stuff, like you're still in the basement, but you see that there is a hospital equipment, because this is the thing that you remember last time, and the demons on the other side try to like create the world around you based on your memories.
I see. Now, I do like the way you have these cards that go onto the map designed, in the fact that they actually match together. So I'll quickly show this to everybody. So it looks as if you have a very strange perspective of the world you're seeing, a top-down and a top-down. But I'm guessing that's more that you can actually spin around the other thing, but still have the grid in place to actually go explore.
Yeah, and this is the room when the real stuff will happening, because from this room you can go in to the next location on 3 different ways.
Ah, okay. So there's a very nice branching story along with
Yes, yes. If you decided to, it depends on which part of the location you will explore. This part will unlock you one puzzle that gives you something that allows you to resolve other puzzle, and after, when you combine those two, you will have this information. Now you can go further, or you can stay. It's not, this game doesn't put on you any limits. So if you are you will get the card that if you are ready you can leave the location, but you can stay
and hunt for more.
Yeah, and hunt from because maybe you will like miss something.
Yeah, yeah. You know, there might be an essential clue to actually saving your daughter that you, if you leave too soon, you may not see it.
Later you will be able to make decision based on what you learn more about the whole situation.
See, this is very intriguing to me because we have 2 very, very different games here.
Yes.
So 5 Minute Chase, light, fast, furious, fun for the whole family. And then you have this. This is a very much a solitary piece where you can sit down and work through it inside your own head and then pass it on to friends and actually find out how well they got along with it.
And the funniest, you can play solitaire, or you can play with 2, 3, or 4 players, like in Escape Room, because sometimes you need 2 more people to start brainstorming.
Trust me, for something of this level, I would want at least 1 other person with me, just because my brain power sometimes isn't just there.
Yeah, and the second part is that you can even play this game again because you left so much things that you can play it again and resolve different puzzles. Because you can reach, we have 5 endings for this game. Depends on tools you get during the game, depends on your decisions, depends on puzzles you did, and depends on how many
Doom cards. Okay.
Those all factors influence the end of the game.
I see. That's okay. Now this is interesting for an escape game, especially now. Most escape games, when you play them, you get to run through them one time. You have that one set of puzzles. Once you're through them, game over. It's time to pass it on to a friend. The idea that it's an escape game with replayability is very, very nice. Very nice.
And deep story on. So the story will get faster and faster, and you will know things that you didn't expect from this type of the game. Like the story will be very rich.
This is definitely one I want to keep an eye out for.
Because it's not only go there. It's you need to know your surroundings before you approach the ending.
I see. And is this one going to Kickstarter, or is it a natural release?
It will go straight to the market.
So it's a natural release at Spiel.
Yeah.
Well, we will be there at Spiel this year. If I see you, I definitely want to catch up with this game because you have me curious and really intrigued with this. Now, anybody?
7 location in the full game. You will go through 7 location.
I see. Right, important question. Can people actually get a look at this weekend here at UK Games
Yes,
Expo?
we are demoing this game all the time.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Well, it has been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
Everybody, tell you what, stay tuned to the live blog and the live stream this weekend. This is another fantastic game that you may want to come down and check out this weekend. Once again, which hall and what is your location if people want to come check it out?
Hall 1, booth K2. I hope you will came to us and play 5 Minute Chase with me. And
maybe you can do better than I did. Well, everybody, thank you very much. We will clear up here and we will get on to our next live stream. Thank you once again for joining us, and thank you to everybody out there for watching along with us.
Thank you.
Many of them. So we are right in the middle of the bull rush. So if you see a news story about two trampled YouTubers, that might be us.
So that was 2017.
And this is 2018. We'll see you at this year's UK Games Expo.
Many of them. So we are right in the middle of the bull rush. So if you see a news story about two trampled YouTubers, that might be us.
So that was 2017.
And this is 2018. We'll see you at this year's UK Games Expo.
them. So we are right in the middle of the bull rush. So if you see a news story about two trampled YouTubers, that might be us.
So that was 2017.
And this is 2018. We'll see you at this year's UK Games Expo.
Hello everybody, we are back for the OnTableTop live stream. I am joined by Matt from Queen Games. Sorry, I almost said that wrong.
You said it.
It's been a long day. And we are going to be looking at Luxor. Now, before we kick into it, I want to quickly remind everybody that this table that we are being loaned by the guys at Geek & Son is up for raffle. So if you jump across to their website, you can pick yourself up some raffle tickets and possibly win yourself an epic gaming table. Now, Matt, Luxor, what's it all about?
Luxor, well, this is Queen Games' newest. It's the Spiels des Jahres nominated game. And basically what we're doing in Luxor is we're taking our band of trepid adventurers.
Okay, so we have our lovely adventurers down here on the tabletop. Yeah,
we certainly do. And these adventurers, we're going to be taking them through the tunnels of the tomb. And we're going to try and get to the centre crypt in here and take the sarcophagus. Them there.
Sarcophagi, I think, is the way.
I think it's the right way to go. It just doesn't sound right.
If we're wrong, get it into the comments.
Fair enough. So basically what we're going to be doing is moving these guys along the tunnels.
Yes.
Along the way, we're going to be collecting some artifacts. And at the end of the game, we're going to be scoring for where our guys are within these tunnels. So each of the rooms has a points value that you can see on the edge. So the outer rooms are lower points. The further you get in, the more points you get.
I see. Okay, I can dig it. All right, I'm going to say this now. Because I'm Irish, dibs on green.
Fair play. I don't mind that at all. Okay, so the way that we're going to move our guys is quite an innovative mechanic.
Okay.
So what we'll start with is a hand of 5 cards.
Okay.
So you will look at your 5 cards, but do not change the order of them.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So on your turn, it's quite simple to learn this. You'll play 1 card.
Okay.
You'll move 1 adventurer, and you'll draw a new card.
Okay.
Simple.
Awesome.
Okay. So as we move along, you'll see that on the different artifacts, you need to get that amount of your adventurers onto that tile to claim the artifact.
So there's little meeples marked on each tile. Gotcha.
There are indeed. So there's 1, there's 2, and there's 3.
I see.
Okay. So we'll be looking at our hand. We'll be playing either the one from the left or the one from the right.
I see. So, well, just for handiness, here is my hand. Okay. So I have a red marker, a +1, -1, red marker, +1, -1, and a 5. So how do these work?
So how they work is you have your basic hand, which is the numbers on the cards. That's the number of spaces you move.
Okay.
You've got most of the upgraded ones or the odd ones. So this one is a random. You will roll the dice, and that is how far you will move.
Okay.
This one means you can move either forwards or backwards by 1.
See.
You have another random, another forwards and backwards, and this one is move 5 spaces.
I see. Okay. And then whenever we draw our cards, where do we place them within our hand? To the left or the right, or into the middle?
What we'll be doing is, for example, you'll play, say, this card. You'll put it into the discard pile.
Okay, well, I will play this, and discard is here, yes?
Yep, so you'll roll the die.
Okay. For a 5?
So you have a 5, so you'll move one of your people 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I land here.
You jump over this space. Anytime you jump over one of these spaces, you will unlock your next adventurer.
And they come in at the beginning of the tomb?
They go to the beginning of the tomb.
Okay.
Okay. So as you set this board up, you'll be placing tiles randomly. So every time you play the game, it's going to be a different setup.
I see.
Okay. The only things that will be in the same places are these tiles here.
So which ones are we looking at here?
So we're looking at the booster movement. So if you land on one of these, it'll boost you forward by the number. So you've got a 3 and a 4 and a 2 and so on. The 6 in the game, you'll play with 4 each game.
Got it.
That'll be random as well. And these tiles, which have either level 3, level 2, or level 1 icons on, these will allow you to take cards from this tableau over here.
This here, yes?
Absolutely.
Okay, awesome.
So,
all right, so I've now played a card.
So you've now played a card, you've moved, so you will draw a new card from the pile, and it will go into the middle of your hand.
Dead center. Okay, awesome.
So you'll always see what you've got coming up.
Yep.
You'll be able to plan your moves going ahead.
I see.
And you can scupper other people. You can, it doesn't matter which one of your adventurers you move. So you could move the front one, you could move one of the back 2.
Yeah.
So as we go through the tunnels, there'll be various tiles that you'll see. So obviously these ones are the artifacts. So we'll be trying to collect sets of these. So for each set that you collect, which involves 1 statue, 1 necklace, 1 vase, each set you'll be scoring points at the end of the game.
I see, I see,
Okay.
I see.
So if you get in one set, will score you 3 points.
Yep.
2 sets will score you 7.
Yep.
3 sets 12, and so on and so forth. So the more sets you get, the more of a multiplier you've got. You'll also, when you actually take the tile, so when you land your second guy on this tile here, your second adventurer, you'll take that tile off the board, you'll put it into your tableau, and we'll have an empty space on the board. So as the next players move up, they will skip the empty tile.
So they get pushed further forward.
So they will get further forward.
I see. I like that because it speeds gameplay. You're not sitting on dead tiles. I like this.
Absolutely. Some of the tiles...
Oh dear, that's a snake.
...have an icon underneath.
Yes.
So when you remove this tile, you will replace it with one of the tiles from the stack at the side with the matching icon. And we'll put that face up.
What is this now?
So these will now give us extra boosters.
Okay.
So this one in particular is a tunnel. There are going to be 3 tunnels throughout the game. So the further we get in, we'll open more tunnels.
Okay.
If you land on the tunnel, you automatically jump forward to the next tunnel entrance.
I see. So we can move forward and backward the spaces, or
We're
always forward?
Always forwards.
Always forward.
We can never go back. The only way you can go back is with a plus or minus card.
I see.
Sometimes when you set the game up, you'll end up with tiles that have got 3 guys on at the beginning, and people initially wonder, how am I going to get those when I start with 2?
Yeah.
So obviously, because you unlock your new adventurers...
Yeah, they come in from this end, and you can maybe start shimmying back.
Absolutely. There's 3 new adventurers you're going to unlock through the game. So you could send one of your adventurers racing around to unlock them, and you'll get them all at the beginning.
Yes.
That's one strategy.
Yes, possibly.
Indeed.
Let's pop this tile back.
Indeed.
Just to keep everything fair.
Yeah.
And I assume all of these start on the 0 in the bottom corner.
They all start on the 0. This is our first player marker, so we've established your game first.
Yes. Because why not?
Indeed. So, do you want me to quickly talk you through what some of these other actions do, or do you want to do them as we go?
Let's do them as we go.
Okay, fair enough.
So, if you would like to play a card.
Okay.
Now, this is a difficult game for me because I'm used to shuffling my cards in my hand while I'm with them.
It is tough, yeah. Do not shuffle it. It's also tempting to put them into order, but you can't. Okay, so I'll play the 4, and I'll go for, let's be red wine. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and I instantly get to take that tile. So that will go into my tableau, and then I will score 1 victory point as we take the tile. We've unveiled a snake, so we'll have a random. So we'll have a random tile over here. So this tile now, whoever lands on this going forward, will be able to take one of these.
So from this tableau up here.
Yeah, so one of these wildcard tokens.
Yes.
So these wildcards you can use with your artifacts to create a set.
I see, I see. So it just counts as one of anything.
So it counts as one of anything. It's 0 victory points when you pick it up, but you can add them to make your sets.
I see. Now, is there any limit to the number of adventurers we can have on the tiles?
Nope. There can be as many on the tiles as you go. But as soon as somebody's got 2 on the tile, then they'll be taking it.
Yes.
But for this one, for example, you could have 5 or 6 on there. It wouldn't matter.
Grand. All right. Well, in that case, I am going to play the 5.
Okay.
My second adventure will go up to here, and
so
then land here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep.
So you will now take this guy here.
Yes, and for the victory points, is it the number on the scarab?
It's the number on the scarab, so you'll score 4 victory points right now.
And that will go to my collection.
Absolutely, awesome. And then you'll draw a new card, which will go into the middle of your hand.
Ooh, interesting.
Indeed. So, now, what do we do from here? I think what we'll do is we'll play the 5. So we'll 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to jump straight over 5 onto there. So that's my turn.
Okay.
I'm taking a new card. So you can see, as you get more familiar with how it works, you'll get quicker and quicker, and your turns will be quicker.
Yeah.
When you're playing with 4 players, the downtime isn't that much, but you will be planning your moves ahead.
Yeah, you see, I do like the tactics of playing left or right from your hand to actually see what you want to line up next for your next move. But I like the fact that it's pretty much down to 2 choices and then another 2 choices, and you're not really worried about that middle card. It speeds up your thinking.
It certainly does.
For me, I will play a +1, and I will move up to here. I'll draw my card and put it in the middle.
Okay. So I'll be off. Actually, no, I won't be off with that. I'll be off with a number 1. So I will go number 1.
Yep.
I shall firstly unlock this adventurer. It will go to the beginning, and I've now got 2 of mine on here.
Yes, and we have another.
I shall
snake.
take that. Yep, I'll score my points first, otherwise I'll forget.
Oh, yes.
And we don't want to let you do that. And then we'll take one of our snakes and we'll put that down there.
No, it's a scarab.
So this tile that come out is a scarab.
Yes.
So up on the top tableau here, you'll see that we have some scarab tokens.
Yes.
So from now on, whoever lands on this will be taking a scarab. On the back of the scarab, there are some victory points.
I see.
So they go between 1 and 4.
I see.
So you'll keep those to yourself and we'll score them end game.
Awesome. And now I'm also seeing you've moved our guys off the table.
They go back on there, but they don't activate it right now.
Yeah. Okay, excellent. So it's on to me.
Draw the cards, put it in the middle.
I will play myself a +1/-1.
Okay.
And I may as well have this because I can. I will move to here. And I will grab that. So it's only 1 victory point. But it's another piece
it goes
of the
towards
set,
your set.
because I now have a statue and a pot. All I need then is the necklace.
Okay.
And I might be able to be sneaky. No, I do need to grab another card. This got to do quite a lot. And there we go.
Okay, I'm trying to find a way of getting on to show you these tiles, but
Yep.
I think what we're going to do is we'll go for a 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll go over there. I will grab myself a scarab.
What do you get?
I'll let you know later.
Oh, so you hide those till the end?
Yeah,
of the
those
game?
are end game scoring.
I see.
So
I see,
you can hide them.
Okay. What would I like to do now? I have an idea. I think I'm going to play a 4. And from that, I will go with this guy. So 1, 2, 4. And I will get a wild card.
There you go.
And that will give me 1 full set.
Yeah, you don't have to allocate it now. You can wait until the end of the game, see what else you get, and then you can sort your sets out at the end of the game.
Excellent.
Okay.
Then I will draw. And I assume once we're through the draw pile, we just reshuffle and go again?
Absolutely. And this is where these cards get interesting when we bring them in. So I'll play a 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
So landing on this token here, or this tile, I'll take my new card before I forget. No, I won't, actually. Because the whole reason was to show you this.
Yes.
Okay, so now I've landed on one of these tiles, you'll see that you've got level 1, you've got level 2, and you've got level 3.
Yes.
And the cards, level 1, level 2, level 3.
So
when you land on this tile, you've got a choice. You can either take a key, which you will need later on to get into the tomb.
Yes.
Or you can take a card level 1.
I see.
So you'll take the top card of level 1. So that's what I'll do, just to purely show you how these work.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I'm going to take the top card. So this card now, this will let me move all of my adventurers 1 space.
Okay, so suddenly the movement changes and becomes more interesting.
That goes into the centre of my hand.
Yes.
But eventually, as that comes into play, it will go into the discard pile.
I see.
The discard pile will then get shuffled into a draw pile. So these cards will start recycling and coming back time and time again. And the powers of the cards basically alter. The better the card, the higher the level.
I see. Okay. Back to me then?
So back to you, sir.
Alright, I will play a 1. And I'm going to be quite sneaky with this. I play my 1, I move to here, and I will take a scarab if you please, sir.
You certainly can.
Yeah, that's fine. That's a little more VP for me. I will take my new card. Nice.
So as you said, I've got choices.
Yeah, you have many choices.
Okay, so I'll go with the 2, shall I?
Yeah, go with the 2.
Okay, so I'll go with a 1 and a 2.
And
I will draw a new card.
Then for myself, I will play 3, and I will go 1, 2, 3, and get pushed onto here.
Nope. From there, we skip over the blank tiles.
So it would be...
So yeah, you might want to take that back possibly. So that'd be 1, 2,
and
3.
3. I'm happy enough with that.
Yeah.
I'm happy to go there. Move ahead slightly. New card for me. Lent.
Okay, so I'll play a 2. And we'll go with this guy here. 1, 2. Now, these spaces are booster spaces.
Yes.
So basically, this will now propel me forwards. 1, 2, 3.
I see. Excellent.
Okay.
I will then play... What would I like to play? I think I'll play a die. And actually roll for some movement. See if I can get a little speed.
Have a bit of random.
For a 3. For a 3, I am quite content to go 1, 2, and 3.
So we'll miss this one.
Yes.
So it'll be 1, 2, 3.
I will take the key.
Okay, so
just so that I have one.
You grab a key. You might need that. If you flip the key over, you'll see there's a 1 victory point symbol on.
Yes.
Any keys that you don't use at the end of the game will be worth 1 victory point.
I see.
So they're not wasted.
But you need at least 1 key to get into the final 2?
You need at least 1 key per adventurer. So when we get to the final tomb,
yes.
you need, first of all, you'll need the exact number to reach the tomb to get in there.
Yes.
And you'll also need a key. The first player to get in there will take the 5 points.
Yes.
The second player to get in there will take the 3 points.
Yep.
And end the game immediately.
Got it. So no one else gets to take any more turns after that.
That's it.
Awesome.
Done. Finished.
Absolutely awesome. All right, you're up.
Okay, well, I'm going to play my ±1. And I'm going to go 1, 2, 3.
Sneaky.
So that will allow me to take this one.
And we get a new symbol.
Yeah, so that will go into a set there.
Yep.
And we're going to get a falcon.
Falcon does.
So this is a tunnel.
Yes. Okay, so we're waiting to see another
So
one.
we're waiting to see another tunnel, and then that will give us extra movement. And we'll take a card, and away we go.
Okay, so I will now play 3. And I will go 1, 2, 3. And this time I will take a level 1 card, please.
Okay, so you take the card from the top. So this one will allow you to move between 1 and whatever you roll on the die.
Excellent.
So that gives you a little bit more control over the movement that you've got to have.
That could be very useful right now. Although you are kind of streaking ahead of me.
Well, you're going to like this.
Oh dear.
He says. So I'm going to play this one, which allows me to move everybody forward 1.
Yep.
So that will take me to 1 to there. Those 2 will go to there. And then I will get to claim that one.
The power of the cards.
So there we go.
Yep.
So as you can see, we're forgetting to put our points on as we go.
Oh yes, sorry.
So that will be, where are we? 4, 8, 9. So 12 points in total.
Okay.
So you could wait till the end and put all your points on as well. So.
Well, actually, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to play a 1. There, I will move this guy to here, and I will take the next level 1 card, which will allow me to move 1 to 3.
There you go. A little bit more control again.
And I need to make sure I put it in the middle.
You do. Okay, I've not thought this far ahead yet. Okay. I think we'll play a bit of catch up.
Okay.
So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which will allow me a level 1 card, which we'll put into the middle.
Okay. Now what does it do? That one. 1
so
to 4?
this one, this is a 1 to 4. So this will allow me to move between 1 and 4.
I see.
So again, more control over what I'm doing.
Yes. Okay. What do I want for myself? I think for my next move, I will just roll a die.
Go random.
Go random. And for a 1. Perfect. So I go 1. That'll boost me 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Unfortunately, because there's only 1 tunnel open,
I don't
it doesn't
get to
count
jump
for anything.
That's possibly a good thing for me right now because I don't really have a lot of keys.
This is true. I haven't got any yet. So yeah, it's one of these games where there's a racing aspect to it, but if you do just race and
you're
don't
going to
collect
get
sets,
locked at the door.
you potentially you can stop. You can get the keys and get in, but you will not be collecting any sets or scarabs or anything. So just racing ahead might not be the best thing to do.
Okay, so 1 more.
Whereas if you just hang back and collect sets, you're going to be scoring quite low points for where you are. So that's not exactly great either. You need a mixture of going for it and
actually gathering.
Absolutely.
All right, you're up.
Okay, I think we'll go. I think we'll go 4.
Ooh.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've unlocked a new adventurer. Ooh, excuse me. I'll just throw him on the floor there. So he'll go and start at the beginning.
Yep.
And now I think. Ooh, are we getting close enough? No. We'll take this card here.
Yep.
So this card will now let me move 1. But I can take a tile with 1 less adventurer than is needed.
Oh, that's a good card. Very good card.
Absolutely.
I can see with having the full 4 players in this, the cards getting shuffled and mixed.
Absolutely. A 4-player game is really good because they do get recycled quite quickly.
Yeah.
And these cards coming into play make things go a lot more quickly.
Yeah.
For a game, you've seen how easy it is to learn how to play the game.
Yeah, well, we're now essentially just playing.
Yeah, exactly. So you've had a few minutes, quick run through, and you're told how to play it, and you can do it.
Yeah.
That's the easy part.
Yeah, the hard part.
The hard part is actually doing well at it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a 1. and this should be quite handy for me. Means that I will go 1, then 1, 2, 3, and catch up before a tunnel turns up and starts throwing me into unexpected places within this this tomb. I will grab a card. Oh, perfect. Just what
Okay. What are we going to do here? So we've got not much benefit to any of them at the moment. So I think we'll go for the 2, and we'll go 1, 2. That will push us onto there.
Yep.
I think it's about time I'm going to start collecting some keys, just in case. I know we probably won't play till the end, but...
Well, we have about 10 minutes left, so let's see how far
we
can get. I'm quite enjoying this.
I might just push it then.
Okay, I will play 1. Let's actually speed up play a little bit. So I'll go here, and then whoop, up to there.
Okay. I think we'll go... We'll take the 4, or 1 to 4. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4.
We're back up top.
That will allow me to take another level 2 card. So this one, I get to move 2, but I can move all my adventurers by 2.
That's
so that
spicy.
Is definitely going in there.
Very spicy. And you don't need to draw that, so I now get to play. What do I want to play? I think I'm going to have to play a 1 to 3 into it. And so I will go 1.
Nope, jump that one.
1.
Yep.
2.
Yep.
And 3.
Okay.
Stop there. So I will grab myself a level 2 card.
Okay. So the one on top there, quite plain and simple. You can run between 1 and 5. Absolutely. You've also unlocked your next adventurer.
I have. So he will need to, well, my meeple will need to stand up and go to the beginning here.
He will. He's got to get off his backside and do something now.
Yep.
Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to play my 1.
Yep. And take a
this
tile
is
for
going
one
to take me to here.
Yep.
Move me 2, and I'll take that tile for 1 less person.
Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky.
Okay, and we've also got another falcon onto the board.
Yeah, we do. What is it?
So this one is another allow you to pick up a wild card.
Okay, awesome.
Okay,
awesome.
So I shall now take, if I can.
And we'll need to quickly shuffle our deck.
So quickly, give that a shuffle, and that will now become the draw pile again.
Right.
But there are some level 1 and 2 cards in there, potentially.
Yes, so now the randomness of the draw gets a little bit interesting.
Absolutely.
I am really, really enjoying this game. It's so light and so fast.
You can see why it's a Spiel des Jahres nominated game.
Yes, and
simple to learn.
Yep.
Looks pretty.
Yep.
Replayability is great because you're going to reset it differently every time.
Yeah.
It can be as deep or as quick as you want it to be.
Yeah. This is another game I've seen today that I would actually take to my family who are not gamers.
Absolutely.
And actually sit down because the mechanics are so simple to learn. It'll draw them in really quickly. And just saying, look, you're trying to get the most points on cards. This is how you get them, and off we go.
Yeah, well, it says
off we go.
It's supposed to be a 45 minutes, and that's for a 4-player. You can do it in 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Once everybody knows the mechanics, that's very doable. Yeah. It says also it's an 8+.
Yes.
I know one of the guys who's demoing with us, Russell, his son, who is 6, actually I think he's 7 today.
Oh, really?
No, yesterday.
Belated happy birthday.
Absolutely.
I will grab a level 2 card.
Okay. So he plays it. We taught it to him a couple of weeks back, and he absolutely loves it. Picks it up really easily. So yeah,
nice.
It's good.
You're up.
I'm up. Okay, stop talking and start thinking. Right. I think we are going to. Well, I've got a choice of that or that. So I'm going to play. I'm going to play one of them.
Yeah.
What am I going to do with it? Is the question. I think we'll just jump over there and catch up a little bit. I think it's probably better.
Good idea. Good idea.
So we'll take that in there.
All right. So I think I will just play a 4 here.
Okay.
And I will go 1, 2, 3, 4. Stop there.
Okay. Looks ominous.
And then I need to draw uno.
Okay, I am going to play my ±1. I'm going to go on to 1, which will boost me onto there.
Yep.
And I'm going to take a level 2 card. Now this one is ever so slightly different.
Yes.
In the fact that this will allow my last adventurer to catch up to my second to last adventurer.
Now you see, that can be good or bad because there's a lot of treasure left back here.
There is, however. Don't forget, end game, we're going to be scoring points for where our guys end up. At the moment, we're over there scoring 0 points.
Yes, indeed.
So, you know, we want to get a bit moving, get in there a little bit.
Yeah, now I'll assume in a 2-player game it's whoever gets to the end first ends the game then?
It's still when the second person enters, when the second...
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, now that's really surprising to me because at the moment I'm looking at this going, well, if I can get my 2 adventurers back here, I can just slowly work my way around gathering.
That's what I mean by it can be as fast or as slow as you want to try and make it.
It's also kind of why I'm seeing this little guy has not moved, or it's just you've had no reason.
I've just had no reason. I've not long unlocked him.
I see.
And I've only had really crap cards. He'll be catching up soon, don't worry.
Is it me now? I think it's me now.
Yes, it's you now. I might be waiting to unlock that one to get 2 there to take some of these, you see.
Not
that I'd tell you that.
Well, you see, this was kind of my tactic. Okay, so I think I'm going to play a roll, but it's going to be a 1, 2, whatever I roll.
Yeah.
So, 6.
Anywhere between 1 and 6. So that gives you some scope to...
Yeah, well, I think I'm just going to play it safe. I'm going to move 1 guy to here, and I'm going to take this tile. We have a new falcon.
We haven't done a falcon. Okay, so we've got a tunnel there.
2 and 3.
So it would have been nicer if we'd had it a bit further in. Yes. However, if you land on here, you jump to the next tunnel.
Yes, awesome.
There we go.
And then I will draw a fresh card.
Okay, I think I'm going to go with a 3. 1, 2, 3.
You get your new meeple.
So I'll get my new meeple down there, and I will also get a level 3 card. So this level 3 card, you can move 3 spaces, and you can take 1 with 1 less adventurer.
Eek. That's
so that's going in there. I mean, that's quite a nice hand to have now.
Yeah, you've got a lot of power cards in there that are giving you so much control. Okay, it's on to myself then. I think
I forgot to put my last 4 on as well. Should be on 16. Yes. Did you put yours on?
I did. I have 8, very few. Okay, so I'll play a 1 to 5.
Okay.
And I think it's time to light the fires a little bit, so I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and wait there. And then I draw. Excellent.
Well, I'm going to play my move everything forward 2.
Okay.
So these 2 guys are going to go 2. Which will allow me to take that there tile.
Yep.
We'll sort of complete that set there. So we'll put the 4 points on for that.
Yep.
Take me up to 20. We have a snake tile, which is a tunnel. So now, whoever lands on this tunnel will end up coming out of the next tunnel.
I see.
So you will go quite quickly across the board.
Yes.
And these guys need to go forward 2 as well.
Yeah.
They don't get any benefit, and this guy goes forward 2 over there. And I will take a new card, and away we go here.
See, so if I do this.
It's great doing the demoing because everyone, you can see them sitting there going.
But do they all count with the finger, or do they count with the eyes? Do you ever see the eyes just ticking along?
Yeah, there's a few of both.
All right, for my card, I will play move 1 forward and take it for 1 less.
Absolutely.
So I will have myself that.
Okay.
Which is very, very nice to have.
Okay,
I'll then draw a new card.
We'll put your victory point on as well.
Yes.
Okay, so I think I'll be playing my...
no, actually it was 3 VP.
Oh, sorry. 2, 3.
See this guy? Watch this guy if you're playing against him.
It was because you did it with 1 meeple, that's why it got me. So we've gone for a 2.
Yes.
So we'll be going 1, 2. So we'll take a level 2 card. Or will we?
Oh, will you?
Yeah. Yeah. I've got 1 key.
Aye.
So we're alright for a bit.
Alright. Well, I think we are closing in on the end of this. So do we speed play or do we wrap up with final thoughts of the game? I think let's wrap up with final thoughts of the game.
There you go.
The game itself, I love it. I love the actual tactile feel of the meeples that have been designed. I love the fact that it's got so much replayability with the way you're laying out your tiles differently. Really, really cool stuff.
I love the mechanism of the actual movement with the cards. I think it's a really good way of doing it because, like you say, you've got limited choice, but you can see what's coming.
Yeah, my meta brain has been kicking in on this one because I was holding a +1, -1 card, right? So it's here.
Yeah.
So I was going to play it and actually go back 1
to move forward
and then forward 2 and land on this to get a wild card.
Well, like you say,
little tricks like that are
when
really cool
you've got the 4 people playing, you'll get to these quite quickly. So some more of the abilities you've got on here is basically you can move 2 and take with one less. You can move 3 and take with one less. You can move 1 to 6. So yeah, and when these get shuffled in with more players, it just becomes a lot more tactical.
Yeah, it also has a real nice narrative feel to it, that as more of those cards move into the movement deck, it feels as if your explorers are getting more comfortable and confident in exploring the actual tomb that they're in, and some of the different tricksy bits that are happening with the different cards that are coming out as you remove treasures.
And
really changes the way
like you say, that
the
metagamer in you's coming out. As you come towards the end, you're starting to notice, right, these are worth 0 points here. So yeah, I need to get in to try and get there, but do I leave them there? You know, I have played a game before. I've had one that let me move everybody forward by 1. So I was just collecting a 3 space, and I'd move forward by 1.
Oh.
And all 3 of them scored me 0 points at the end of the game.
Oh, that's harsh.
But effectively, that's your end game scoring on there. So you're basically you're going to score for how deep into there your workers are, or your adventurers are, and which spaces they're on. You're going to score based on what you collect from inside the tomb. You're going to score any keys that you don't use, you'll score a point. For set collection, so each set, like we said, 1 set will give you 3 points, 2 set will give you 7, 3 will give you 12, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, if you get to 7, you get 42 points, which is kind of crazy.
It is kind of crazy.
And then the scarabs are just what's on them.
And the scarabs are what you see on the tin. So
oh, you got a 3, I got a 2.
Right, there you go.
Well, Matt, this is definitely a game that I want to play more of. This is one I would love to take home with me. I will say this. Is this game available here at Expo this weekend?
It's not available here at Expo this weekend. No? You can pre-order it.
Okay.
The UK version, I believe, will be... you can pre-order it here and get it mid-June.
Okay.
With free shipping.
Oh, lovely.
And that's £35.
That's lovely. All right, well, definitely, if you are coming down to Expo over the next couple of days, get across to the Queen Games stand. Where are you guys
we're in Hall 1 on F2.
On F2. Well, guys, get yourself across, get yourself sat down. This is definitely a game you want to sit down and have a go of this weekend. And maybe if you love it, if you like it, go and pre-order it and get that free shipping. Matt, it's been a pleasure, sir.
Absolutely, no problem.
Do not forget, we are live blogging all weekend, and we have prizes running all the way through the live blog. There are some amazing goodies up for grabs now within that live blogs. Oh, misspeaking because it's late in the day. But get in, get your comments in there, check out all of the cool stuff we have been up to this weekend. We will move on here, and we will see you again very soon.
Of them. So we are right in the middle of the bull rush, so if you see a news story about 2 trampled YouTubers, that might be us.